Shalom. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushai Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash, and the honestly apostles and others great Muslim salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother, I am Noah Allah from Gemma, Chicago, and I'm going to just go ahead and do a response video to what you see here on the screen. Alright, it says Terrence Crawford detained at gunpoint by police. And this goes to show you that, the Lord doesn't care about your status, alright? The Lord doesn't care if you're famous, if you're a woman, if you're a child, or is going to judge you ultimately, alright? But in this video, it shows Terrence Crawford being detained, alright? Basically is the face of boxing right now, alright? Very well known.
I'm opening the door. You can take my door right here on my right. I'm keeping my fucking hands up. I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Step out. Can I move my phone?
Yeah, that's crazy.
All that serious? All that necessary? You serious? This one, yeah, dude. You serious? Not that deep.
There's a full video.
But tell me, what do this open? Oh, it's mine. I'm opening the door. You can take my door right here on my right. I'm keeping my hands up.
Disrespectful. This is the ultimate disrespect. The cop even told Crawford, yeah. When Crawford told him, oh, it's like that, he said, yeah, it's like that. This what the key of the city gives you if you are a black man in America. A key to prison. I mean, what is this about?
Yeah, it goes to show you that, this shows you that, we are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of, because, Judah and Israel are oppressed together, right? In that scripture, right, it tells you about Judah and Israel are oppressed together, and their enemies refuse to let us go, even unto this day, because, Esau is in rulership, and a lot of the Israelites, which are used to call blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, most of you dwell here in America, all right? But overall, all right, wherever you go, all right, Esau has full control over you Israelites, all right? Because, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, all right? Esau is in rulership right now, and even to this day, all right, we're still oppressed by Esau. Judah and Israel are out together, and we're still under the curses, all right? Our enemy is over us. It's lucky. I'm gonna bring that one out. It says Jeremiah 50:33. It's lucky. It says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go." So even unto this very day, all right, our enemies refuse to let us go. All right, we're subject to payments. All right, a lot of our people go to universities and colleges and shit, and guess what? They have a shit ton of accumulating amounts of debt. All right, and still in loan debt. All right, and mortgages and all this other shit. But nonetheless, You know, it goes to show you that you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are at the bottom. All right. Oppressing our people, all right, by sending these ICE, these ICE troops around and shit, gathering, the northern tribes and deporting them and doing
The yin and the yang, according to that cops. Here is what got Terrence Bud Crawford at a gunpoint right after his parade. At 1:30, he was driving. The cops stopped him for reckless driving because he was speeding right after his parade, whatever. Then the cop identified a gun in the vehicle. So he ended up telling Crawford to get out of the vehicle and everyone to get out of the vehicle along with Crawford. And he held Crawford at a gunpoint. Crawford is telling him, relax. You can see I'm following orders. You can see that my arms don't have anything. The gun in the car, someone has their license. Obviously, Crawford is with his security team. But the cops still treated him like trash. Like a piece of, come on now. Not right after Crawford got out of his throne in Omaha to pick up the key to the city. That's what the key to the city is heading. Just because Crawford is a black man, this is the ultimate disrespect. This is how they treat a black king in America. Too bad Bud got the complexion for the neglection. I mean, this was terrible. I couldn't believe it when I was reading the story.
Well, yeah, Esau is really just at his right mind, all right? Of course, like, there's no way you can't even get a racist to not be racist, you know what I mean? If he wants to hate you because of who you are, right, specifically of what tribe you're from, all right, there's nothing you can do about it, you can't change somebody from being racist, right? The Lord will be somebody that would be considered as racist because the Lord doesn't love everybody, right? The Lord, as a matter of fact, in multiple times in the scriptures, right, it tells you that the Lord, hates Esau, all right? Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated, all right? But nonetheless, all right, the Lord has a chosen. All right, of course, Terrence Crawford got held at gunpoint. But at the end of the day, the Lord is not dealing with these celebrities. The Lord is not dealing with these famous people at all. Right? The Lord is dealing with the meek. All right. The Lord chose the foolish things in this world to confound the wise. To confound the wise. As a matter of fact, I'll just bring that one out too. Says 1 Corinthians 1:27, it says, for Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And we, of the hopeful elect, we are seen as foolish, all right, in the eyes of these worldly people, all right, in the eyes of our people that are basically of this world, all right. And Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua had chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. And that is speaking about, the remnant, the hopeful elect. You see us going out there in the highways and byways, prophesying His word, all right, doing the reasonable service. It says, Psalms 90:1 says, the Lord, thou hast been our dwelling place in all generations. Maybe I'm missing something. Salaki. 91 and 1. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." And then, that secret place is speaking about, this truth. All right, remaining in this truth. And basically, we are dwelling under the shadow of the Almighty. All right, it says, verse 2, I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, and my power in Him will I trust. And yeah, the Lord is a refuge to His elect. All right, from the snare of sins, thy shield and buckler. Psalms 34 and 7. It says, "The angel of the Lord encampeth around about them that fear Him, and delivereth them." And who are the only ones that are keeping the fear of the Lord? All right, is the Lord's elect, those that you see out there in the highways and byways, prophesying His word unto the house of Israel. All right, they're making their bodies as a living sacrifice. All right, the Lord has His angels, guarding His elect at all times. All right. "O taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusted in Him. O fear the Lord, ye His saints, for there is no want to them that fear Him." And hey, that's all we need is the fear of the Lord. All right. As you begin to fear the Lord more, all right, as you go through more afflictions, all right, you go through trials and tribulations. You go through financial struggles, but you tend to not care as much, right? Because you got this word. You have all what you need, right? You have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is your stability. It says, "The young lions do lack and suffer hunger, but they that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing." And that's right. Even in the time of Jacob's trouble, all right, the elect are not going to lack anything, right? Because the Lord, Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai, got them. And when that day comes. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 7. So lucky. "When a man's ways please the Lord, He maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him." And yeah, of course, we all go through our trials and tribulations, all right? People, come up against us, they threaten us and stuff like that, all right? But in the scriptures it says, "When a man's ways please the Lord, He maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him." Include our adversaries, Esau, all right? Might be a situation where, Esau, all right, is about to blow your head off, but, somehow, in some way, the situation has calmed down, all right? Because what, if you're pleasing Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua to the best of your ability, all right, keeping the fear of the Lord and doing what you can, all right, to obtain salvation, the Lord will literally put the Spirit in your adversaries to be at peace with you, all right? The Lord is in control. The Lord controls all spirits, all right? The Lord even controls our enemies as well. And if He wanted to, all right, He'll put the Spirit on them to hurt or to not hurt us. But nonetheless, right, You know, these celebrities, or these people of this world, all right, they don't have Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, because all right, they don't fear him. All right, so they have no hedge, they have no covering. All right? The only ones that have that covering, the hedge, all right, are the Lord's elect. All right, they're going to be the ones that are going to be delivered through all the shit that we're about to go through in the coming months. All right, we're basically going to receive salvation. All right, we're gonna be caught up in them chariots with the angels, right before the nuclear missiles hit here in America. But anyways, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai. Shalom.